Disrespectful at the very least, outright despicable is more on target in my opinion. I'm talking about these billboards in San Francisco urging Californians not to move to Texas with the message, "The Texas miracle died in Uvalde." Other than shamelessly exploiting the murder of 19 children and 2 teachers for economic gain, the billboard sponsor neglects to report California has experienced more than 400 mass shootings in the last decade. All of this comes as Uvalde's school board this week officially fired the district's top cop, Pete Arredondo, as a result of his botched leadership during the attack at Robb Elementary. All right, panel, what do you think of these developments, either the billboards in California or the firing of Arredondo? Let me start with you, Gary Pollan.
Well, Arredondo needed to be fired, and I'm actually pretty excited. We finally have accountability somewhere. We didn't have accountability for screwing up in Afghanistan and numerous other screw-ups that we've had by government. So that's a good thing, though he should have resigned and taken responsibility. As far as the billboards go, this is California. Gavin Newsom politics is what it is. It has no meaning. It has low taste. It's ugly. People want to come to Texas because Texas is an opportunity state. That's the bottom line.
Fortunately, we have the expertise of Chow Win here. Do firings like this, accountability, help this community move on to heal in some way, Chow?
I think accountability is part of the healing process. I mean, this is a community that continues to suffer at the expense of systems that were broken, these continued hearings in Uvalde, and now this very distasteful billboard. I'm going to have to agree with Gary. It's a distasteful billboard. We really don't know who's behind it. And that Texas miracle reference talks about, the Texas miracle of the 2008 financial crisis, in which the state of Texas escaped relatively unscathed from the economic disaster that followed. Look, Texas is a land of opportunity, and people move here because of their pocketbooks. Nearly half of all Californians have moved to Texas. Not sure who's behind that political billboard, but distasteful at best.
All right, Tamara Bell, what do you think of this latest development?
I think that firing the chief of the school district police is a start. I think that's a good start to help the people, but he ain't the lone wolf behind this debacle. I mean, this tragedy, this is unbelievable. I mean, but I think it's a good start, and I'm sure that in some way helps the family, but I promise you that the wound's still wide open. It's still wide open. Marcus
Davis, 15 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. No disrespect to the families in Uvalde, but I sensed this was coming. They looking for someone to pin this on, and we pinned it on the low man on the totem pole, and we have not pinned it on the state of Texas. We have not pinned it on the legislators in D.C. The treatment of the legislators in D.C. and in Austin should have trumped the treatment of this officer.